Hey YouTube, MrJakeAWESOME here with my Halo Reach preview slash review thingamajuggernaut thingy that I'm doing right now because I can, and you're gonna rate it, you're gonna like it because the 5-star system is gone, all because I told you to and because you want me to sub for sale, but I won't do that, but I will send you a friend request, and I know you're gonna like it because you like my videos, otherwise you wouldn't be watching my videos because my videos utterly suck. Oh my god, make it stop. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is a Halo Reach preview slash review. Today is September 2nd, so I think it'd be appropriate to start, not too early and not too late. Basically, I'm going to be covering everything about Halo Reach that's currently been announced, and compare it to Bungie's other Halo games to show my opinions as to why I think this one might be the best. I'm not going to, be like all the stereotypical Bungie fanboys and be like, oh my god, Halo Reach is so good! I haven't played anything besides a beta, which may not be like the finalized product, but it's the best game ever! Grr, Metal Gear! Okay, don't know why I said Metal Gear at the end of that, but yeah, you get my point. I'm just saying that I have high hopes for the game before I'm going to be, calling it Game of the Year. Yeah. Quick question, did anyone besides me actually play Final Fantasy 13? Okay, anyone? That might be a good game of the year. But anyone? No? Alright. But in any case, yeah, it'll start now. And just know that for the rest of the video, I'm just going to take random pictures off Google Images. They may or may not have anything to actually do what I'm saying right now. There will be situations like that, but, I doubt that they all will. Yeah. I'm going to get started now. Now, to appropriately talk about Halo Reach, we need to talk about its console, the Xbox 360 and its Xbox 360 Elite, and the new Slim, and the slew of other remakes they're probably going to make before they make the 720 or whatever else they're doing. I don't really know, but, hope it's good. Anyway, the Xbox 360 launched in about 2005, and didn't really have any games from Bungie. Gamers knew, though, however, that Halo 3 would be coming due to a terrible cliffhanger left at the end of Halo 2 due to not enough time to make the game, as very few people know. For the most part, people just think Bungie hates them and then proceed to pay more money for their games. Anyway, so in 2007, 3 years after the console's launch, wait, no, that's 2 years. God, I look stupid on YouTube now. Anyway, Halo 3 came out to not very surprising sales, that obviously were some of the biggest of any game ever. I mean, who didn't expect that, am I right? Basically, it was set up to be Game of the Year. Reviewers and gamers loved the game, and, I loved it too. I still do. Granted, it had its flaws, but I'm not going to go into those in this preview slash review thingy. That's a review for a different day. But basically, it sold like crazy, and shortly afterwards, Bungie split from Microsoft. The day, I think, was like 7/7/07. I don't know. They love 7. It's kind of actually like a weird, like, fanaticness. I don't know. But basically, yeah, the game sold awesomely. A year later, in 2008, Halo Wars was released, but Bungie, those guys that we really like, yeah, they didn't make it. As it just so happens to turn out, Microsoft had handed the product to another one of its branches called Ensemble Studios. Halo Wars was an RTS, which was what the first Halo was supposed to be before they changed it to a third-person shooter, then a first-person shooter, which we all know, love, and play. I mean, not the first game, but we like that too, but we play this as whatever. The game was, sold pretty well, and, it was, an okay game, but it wasn't as good as the Halo games fans like I have come to love over the years. It just couldn't hold a candle to everything Bungie had given us, and I doubt it ever will. Basically, shortly after, Microsoft closed down Ensemble Studios, despite the fact that the game sold crazy. That's a real great way to, treat people, Microsoft. They make you a lot of money, and then you close down their branch, even though it's not that great a thing, but it still made money. Windows Vista? Nobody got fired for that. Anyone? Anyone? No? Alright. In 2009, 2 years after Halo 3, and 1 year after Halo Wars, Bungie finally released the game we'd been looking for. Well, some people have been looking for. There were others who bought the game, loved it, and then they said they hated it a week later. I don't know, I'll get into that later. Basically, Halo 3 ODST launched on September something, I don't remember. But it was awesome. It came out in 2009, and it was still awesome, and I still play it today. Now, in my opinion, this is the best Halo campaign I've ever played. You don't play as a Super Spartan, you don't really do too much for the war in retrospect, besides a few little, as some might call, side missions. Still, the game has my favorite campaign, including 2, 3, Halo Wars, 1, yeah, it's the best one, period, in my opinion. It also introduced a cool mode called Firefight. Firefight basically pits you and your partners up against unlimited waves of Covenant. Another great thing about ODST is it came with all of Halo 3's maps through DLC, and 3 more, which could be downloaded later, but, why would you do that? You bought ODST. Why buy more DLC? Anyway, it also came packed with a few more of what were called Vidmaster achievements that came with Halo 3. If you collected all 7 Vidmaster achievements, you were able to get the renowned Recon armor that was supposedly only handed out to people who Bungie liked. I don't really get the system, who started it, but, whatever. They gave us a way to get Recon, that's awesome. The one problem with Recon is that one of ODST's achievements, Vidmaster Challenge Endure, is it's crazy hard to get. Some people call it almost impossible, provided you don't do it on Alpha Site, which is where I got the achievement. But basically, I'm talking too much into the little things. ODST was a great game, and it's supposed to hold us over to what might be their best, Halo Reach, which had, against everyone else's knowledge, been in a development cycle for almost 3 years since 2007. Halo Reach is going to combine all of the parts from Halo 3 and ODST. Let's see, solid campaign, which it looks to have a really great campaign, maybe even better than ODST's. It's got Firefight from ODST, Forge from Halo 3, which I really don't need to explain. I mean, who doesn't know who Forge is, who plays Halo 3? If you do, you're pathetic and you should just exit the video now. Subscribe to me, send me a friend invite, and I'll never see you again. But yeah, it also has theater mode, and, a whole bunch of other stuff that's been combined from all the efforts of everything Bungie's done so far. It feels like every game Bungie's made up until now has a little piece that's contributing to Halo Reach. Halo 2's introduction to online multiplayer, Halo 1's memorable gameplay, Halo 3's Forge and Theater mode, ODST's Firefight. Everything they've done is being jam-packed into this awesome little box, which I pre-ordered, and you should too. Provided they haven't actually sold out of pre-orders already, which wouldn't entirely surprise me. Anyway, that covers the first part of this preview review thingy. In the next part, we'll actually talk about Halo Reach. I just did this part to help you understand the basis at which I'm coming from here. So yeah, tune into the next part, now.